with a team. He played on a team with Daps in 2013, and was banned for cheating at an ESCA LAN. So, to be honest, if I had to play with Daps, I'd probably be cheating as well.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
Well, the only game I've ever cheated in is Diablo 2, James. Back in the days when everyone used map packs. That's the only cheating I've ever done. Anyway, we got the pops coming in here. Taco is making quite the meal of these players. And there's only 2 left here, just sort of stuck on the plateau. They have to somehow force their way through, James, because the bomb is there. And they're going to be able to manage to do so with the addition or the aid of smoke, rather.
That helps. Most certainly helps. Excuse my coughing. Asthma is a thing on occasion.
Why don't you get rid of it?
It normally is rid of, but every now and then.
But quiet, why does it come back?
Every now and then. Once a year. I can't talk properly. For a few weeks. I don't take my asthma pumps. I don't like the idea of filling my lungs with steroids on a regular basis, so I try not to use them. And most of the time I don't need to. But then this happens on occasion. Anyway, moving in now are the T side, moving into their doom. Phelps dancing around the pillar. Fallen will pick off that last kill. A very important pistol round on cobblestone. I always stress how key it is on this map, on this side in particular, to have a successful pistol on the CT side. Things can spiral out of control just as they did on the previous map for SK. Even though I think they won the pistol, if I remember correctly.
Asthma must have been so scary before we had that technology where you can have inhalers and so on.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Joking.
I guess so. I mean, we've got the SMGs out here for SK Gaming, and they are having good success. Ghost Gaming just going for the run there in towards the A sites, but they can't get very far because there is a hail of bullets around these choke points that they desire to progress through. Falling going for the flash play. Hungry for frags, hungry for action. I still can't believe that we just saw Ghost Gaming beat SK on train. What was it, like 16-3 or something? 16-4? I don't even know. Something like that.
16-3, I believe.
16-3, that's... Oh my god. That's... How is that a thing?
I bought a souvenir MP9 with Fur's sticker on.
Yeah.
For about $70. I think it might have even been more than that.
Sushi,
but I just wanted, I really wanted an MP9 hot rod with Fur stickers on, souvenir on, because I'm a big Fur fanboy. I brought the the shotgun keycap that I'm going to give him for his auto shotgun play. Maybe we will meet up one day in California. I don't know. There is a thread on Reddit. SK Gaming, world #1 team, has just lost 16-3 versus Ghost Gaming. But so far they're 2-0. They've almost beat their previous score.
Yeah. You mean in the league?
In the previous.
Oh right, okay, yeah. Because I was gonna say with Ghost Gaming, you know, they obviously were the punching bag of last season. They were
maybe 16 rounds beats their total from last season. I think they got 10 rounds versus SK on cobblestone last time.
No, they took them to overtime. I'm quite sure.
You might be right.
But then after that, they got sort of crushed in every single map against every single team. So, well, not in a crush in every map, but they lost almost all maps. I think they maybe won like 1 or something in total. It was quite bad after that, unfortunately. But as you mentioned, the lineup did go through quite some turmoil, and they're fielding different lineups for different leagues to make sure they could, you know, match, like, meet all the schedules and all this kind of stuff. So definitely not an ideal situation, an unconventional solution to that problem. So just getting through these nothing rounds, just the Glocks hit. Felt's going to back away there. Just hold the choke point tight. There's no real threat here from these Glocks. So SK with 3 rounds. Now Ghost can get their AKs out. And one would expect normality to sink back in again, surely. I mean, Ghost Gaming did play well. You know, they played pretty well. They executed their game plan. They were able to hit their shots in that last match. But it's just, I think that, like, I don't want this to sound like we're doing a disservice to Ghost Gaming, but I think, obviously, the expectations for SK are just so high, you know. And
yeah, Ghost are supposed to lose these matches.
Yes.
That's the reality of things, but they seem to be taking it, turning it around for now.
Oh, I love this flash. Seen it a few times. It's a nice
Very
one.
pretty.
It's glorious.
That's a big word, that.
Glorious. Do you know what the biggest word in the English dictionary is, or English language is?
Onomatopoeia.
No, it's not. Can you spell that, though?
I'm not going to try.
Okay.
I've got better things to do.
The biggest words is anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Okay.
We don't really have big words in the English language. You should go to I think German has the biggest words.
If you're after big words,
some of the biggest words.
go to Germany.
Because they can just add stuff. Like add like loads of different words together. It just becomes one massive word. So anyway.
Enormous words with Dan.
Enormous. A series coming to you soon. Seen on the YouTubes perhaps. We have SK now just feeling out the aggression of Ghost Gaming. I think they understand what's going on more or less. They have fallen in first, sort of poking around for information. However, they must be careful here. They're going to hear everybody running behind him. That's good control of the spray, and they're going to line up for Fur. That's 3 for him. Wardell, the last man standing now as he tries to find himself a trade, but it feels difficult, unlikely in fact, as Fur is now behind the cover of smoke, although he will come out of the cover of smoke. Or rather, sorry, no, it was Phelps to get the kill. But Fur is one to launch himself through smokes, James. He loves that.
Launch himself through the smokes.
Into the smokes and through the smokes.
4-0 in favour of SK. They have exceeded the previous map in terms of scoreline. That's a positive note. They still got a clean sheet. I didn't expect this round, this map to be anything like the previous one, but it's still early. Disaster is still possible.
I'll have to see how anomalous that last map was. Anomalous. I think, there's a, in Half-Life 1, right, one of the levels I think is called anomalous materials, which are maybe even the first or second level. Because you're shoving anomalous materials into the massive particle accelerator or whatever it is.
I don't remember a lot from.
That's like the opening Seaman.
I just remember those bald scientists dudes with glasses.
You played it, right? I mean, you did play the campaign.
I did, but I don't think I finished it without cheating.
But do you remember the very first bit where you're like in this big chamber and you have to push this cart with like anomalous materials?
Don't you? No, I don't remember.
Into the particle.
I don't remember.
Accelerator.
I was actually thinking of the beginning of Half-Life 2.
Ah.
So no,
Oh my god.
I barely remember anything from Half-Life 1.
Half-Life 1 holds up. Definitely worth it. But we're going into the buy rounds here. 5-0 for SK, so they're having a good time on the CT side so far. And we had the AWP out on Wardell once more. Last time they just decided to all walk in towards the A-long position. It didn't bode well for them. Do they have anything else in their playbook? I'm sure they do. This looks like a default at the moment without any pressure towards long though. And their pressure is basically just Wardell at the moment and some grenades towards Plateau. And that smoke will, I think, slow things down dramatically.
Yeah. Some nice smokes to learn. This one off the stairs. Nice. It's going to waste time for Ghost Gaming, but they're not afraid to play a slow game, although Cobblestone is a different kettle of fish to Train.
Nice one from Fallen.
Flashbang to try and slow players down. No one's rotating, however. No one is rotating. Fallen isn't being chased, he's not being hunted, he's not being hounded. He's got his kill and he's fallen back, no pun intended. Bricks if he had just stayed a moment longer, but it's always dangerous for both people, high and low. 38 seconds for Ghost, and it seems that they will congregate towards the B bomb site. They have 3 flashbangs and 2 smokes. So there is still opportunity. And Wardell maybe giving the game away somewhat at this late stage, although Ghost did offer some good fakes on the previous map. Rick spotted by Phelps, who has to focus on the plateau as well. A lot of action coming his way. He needs help from Taco, but Taco isn't revealing his position just yet. They're playing the late game for the bomb plant, and it works out. He comes out very late indeed when all the focus is elsewhere, and that's the round for SK 6-0.
Rick's going to do some damage. Nope. Gets denied. I forgive you, James, for saying Fallen was falling back. I forgive you for your heinous pun.
Thank you.
Because as commentators, right, we're experiencing like it's basically like subliminal messaging all the time. You see Fallen's name like in the bottom left of the screen, and that's like the suggestion. You can see that, James, but you're not thinking about it. But you're thinking about it subconsciously, and so eventually you will say that word in your commentary without realizing. So I forgive you.
Okay.
It is really frustrating when that happens, though, because you generally do it.
Where do you think Dallas is from? Hi, I'm Dallas from Dallas. People be like, what, the TV show? No, fool.
Dallas is a cool name.
Have we been to Dallas?
I've been to Dallas.
Is that where
QuakeCon
I can't even remember.
QuakeCon is in Dallas, but it's not really in the town. It's just basically you're just in a hotel.
I haven't seen the Cowboys. I wanted to see the Cowboys.
Yeah. I'd like to go to Austin. Hear great things of Austin.
We saw Cowboys in Vegas because when we were last there for work, there was a rodeo in Vegas. So there were Cowboys all over the place with Spurs and all sorts, cowboying it up. And Ghost Gaming looking like Cowboys at the moment because SK are running over them. 7-0. SK enacting sweet revenge at the moment.
This series in general is just very, it's hard to process because it's obviously in the last map it was just Ghost Gaming crushing SK and you're just like trying to understand firstly why is SK getting so crushed, and then secondly, the rounds are very slow and very simple and not very much pressure going on, so it's not the Counter-Strike we're used to seeing in many respects, and it 63 to SK. Now we are seeing a life from SK, but they aren't really being challenged just yet by Ghost Gaming's rounds. It's a great pick off from Fallen early into this one, finding the headshot onto Rix. He's having a great map on of Train previously. Now they may be feeding into Fallen as he waits for them. Oh, there you go. On the barrels, James. He was on the barrel.
The barrels. When do you see peaks like that?
Get on the barrels.
It's not a regular duel that you see in CS at the moment, but now we have seen it. Two more players, though, here. With that pick, Ghost are moving pretty slowly, but they still have a minute on the clock. SK can assume there's at least one more player there. You just have to assume with so many numbers that there's rifle support, but Wardell, how does he get that shot? That's lovely stuff. And that's going to be irritating the Brazilian fan, that's for sure. I'm sure the tweets are flying in again. First, surely going to get taken down from the flank. His timing is perfect, though, to look around once again. There are flashbangs, but Wardell still lands the shot.
Yeah, he's up to 3 kills now. Wardell is doing them in with that AWP at the moment. And he's holding his lines at this point. He is quite the danger. Kill number 4 on the board. What else will Wardell do in this round? He's looking for a potential flank from A long, but it's Cold not coming from that position, but instead the double doors. And Cold realizes all he can really do here is some damage. There's no hope to win the round unless they start serving themselves up to him. But here it is. There is Wardell on a platter, but the round will be Ghost Gaming's. Thanks to Wardell. Oh no, is he
Nice.
going to kill all of them?
14k, so doing a good job there. Wasn't willing to peek again, so the AWP will get collected. Wardell, I won't say single-handedly. Actually, he did kind of single-handedly.
It was, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Because, sometimes it can be your teammates helping you get into position, so on and so forth, but he just peeked everyone and killed them. So
yep.
He did single-handedly win them their first round. Perhaps it's crisis averted, perhaps not. SK were losing money by winning rounds. They have much left in the tank. In a 7-1 situation, Ghost may try to stop them from having... Oh, okay. Well, that's a change. Fallen is going to be everywhere, it seems.
This is, common enough though that you would expect Ghost Gaming to think about it, to be cognizant of it, and there it is. They get the jump spot. So that's really nice because a jump spot's all it takes to dismantle that peak. Now Fallen feels as though it's too risky to be in this position, so he's gone over to A long. So being dynamic, moving all over the place. SK now just trying to hold their setup and feeding straight into Cold's reticle is Connor.
That's not a good peek.
He did.
Not a good peek, Mr. ConCon93. Well then, the pick play continues. Wardell looking for something, and Cold Zero goes back one too many times. Wasn't sure if anyone's behind the box, and that cost him his life. Can Wardell just kill everyone once again? Because Ghost are pretty much just waiting for it, and he's pretty much just doing it. Almost taking out his teammate, avoiding the flashbang, moving towards the boulder position. Phelps will take him down, but he'll get traded by Dallas. So he'll take Seb down, not Wardell. He's definitely still alive. Looking for his 3rd kill of the round. As a perfect flashbang one of the two last CTs. Slow rotation from Fur on the flank. Fallen needs to find something, but Wardell waiting for that flank. Just frag after frag for Wardell. Racking them up in these last 2 rounds. Looking for his 4th again. Will it be 8 kills in 2 rounds for Wardell? That's a great peek from Fallen, but he can't punish. However, Dallas will get taken down. 1 versus 1.
Ooh.
Close, but Wardell will prevail again.
Yeah, and actually this is sort of how we saw Wardell burst onto the scene initially, was actually, I think, in large part, a lot of these Cobble games we saw from him, where he seemed to be the consistent factor of just AWP godlike play for the Ghost side. You know, that was something you could always count on, and we always became quite excited whenever there was a prospect of watching him play a game, just to see that again. He is definitely providing for his team. Wardell is a great talent. Oh, angles for Cold. That is brilliant stuff. And with that kill, Ghost Gaming feel committed to initiate the attack.
Some nice gaps in the smoke to play with for Cold Zero. Dallas taken down. Seb of 17 HP gets 1 kill. Insta-traded. SK still had way too much money. Rebuying for fun. And you can see what that's done to Ghost Gaming. They are in that reset territory. Maybe they can get something working with the pistols. We'll see if they choose to force buy in this situation. 5 rounds to fight for in this first half.
Yeah, down to the pistols. Feeling the kind of around that SK were basically on for the entirety of Drain. It felt like SK never had anything to play with. Now Ghost find themselves in the same spot. Gonna try to run into B. To be honest, it's usually going to be your best bet, but already SK have rotated players into the flank, so they know what's coming. They're going to reinforce the bomb site before there's even the push initiated, and the flank is almost there. So this is definitely another round for SK. Yeah, the flank doesn't even really need to do much. 9-2 for SK Gaming.
Whites washes today. Lopsided games. At least that's how it looks at the moment. It's not over until it's over, and other cheesy phrases. I wonder who was the first person to say that. First notable instance of it, which is probably a better point of interest.
Yeah, it's I do wonder too.
What I like to do on a round such as this, obviously not in a professional match, is drop the usual smoke that CTs drop when you're looking to AWP over it, when you know the T's are on eco. But then I'll crouch in front of the smoke with a rifle. Well, I say rifle, but I'm lying, with a knife. And if the T's try to make a fast play towards A and throw flashes through it, I'll avoid the flashes, block them in the smoke, see them poking out, and then knife them. Or if I'm trying to be sensible, I'll use a rifle.
But there's never a need for that.
It's also good at UK lands on Inferno if you're on the CT side. Because everyone's going to rush balcony, so you drop the smoke in the balcony door and then crouch and block with a 5-7 and then just spam them to their doom.
Well, with that, with James's tips there, we are reaching 10-2 now for SK Gaming.
If you're ever in the UK for a LAN, go balcony on pistol on CT side. Just so you know.
Which map?
Inferno.
Inferno.
What? Can we see the scoreboard, please? Con 93 is without a frag.
Well, way to highlight that, James.
Exposing him.
Yeah. Ooh, oh! It's amazing because they were like, okay, we're going to try to peek this, and then Cole's just too quick.
I almost feel sorry for them because Ricks got shot by Cold Zero, peeking over towards B in the previous round. But it's like he's looking for an engagement, and we got one. He just got an engagement.
Cold knows the plays, man. He knows all the plays. So now Ghost Gamer in a position where they're 4 versus 5. It's a difficult spot. In this position, you need to start taking map control, start taking increased amounts of risk. They have a player looking to get into drop. That's a really good place to have a player that they can then play lurk. They can then create pressure, delay rotation, cut off rotation, or even split with you onto a site. But now we got the rest of the team trying to work along, and they have to make this work. They've got to get these picks, and who better than Wardell to do it? But the smoke is in place, and that is awful because they have to push this. And they have 40 seconds left, but how do you push that smoke?
That was a close one. Almost missing things there. Must be playing 4x3 not to see that as we did. 5 versus 2. Pop flash will leave Phelps isolated. 20 seconds. The gauntlet run is here. The bomb's been spotted by the CTs, and they will slow things down with flashbangs of their own. That's great positioning by Fallen. Talk about an off angle in the middle of nowhere. Great stuff from him, and that leaves Wardell to try and save his AWP. I get more kills when I use the Asimov.
Are you sure it's not placebo, James?
No, I get more kills. I think it does plus 10 damage when I leg people.
So you
I think it does 95 instead of 85. I could be wrong.
Well, it's 11-2, and I have no response to what you just said, so I'm just gonna continue on
Plus
with
10
James.
damage. It's like one of those, you know, games of magic.
You mean RPGs?
The magic of
like the one you're playing every day.
It's the magic of the AWP, Asimov.
Asimov.
It's funny that the Asimov has a significance of like a turning point in Counter-Strike.
Oh, well, blame Kenny S for that. The magic stick man. Okay, so we've got Ghost Gaming looking to go for a push here. Pistols and Wardell's Orb. This is dangerous, but it all depends on how SK are able to manage the flow of oncoming attackers, assailants. And they go. Wardell looking to open things up, but this is it. They contain. They can always boost him out as well. That's always a thing too. I used to see Mixwell doing this a lot back in the days, back when he burst out onto the North American scene, just going down into drop with an AWP onto each side and just wrecking people. But I think people are more used to playing it against that now. Ghost really waiting for SK to do something and for Wardell to edge his way onto a pick. And
Cold Zero, guess who?
Yeah, that's a great angle.
It's Cold Zero in this reaction. Phelps with an interesting push. Maybe trying to take the AWP away from them. 29 seconds, you are surrounded. Look how tentative they are. Just like, oh, I'm gonna have a look over here. And Cold says no. Cold Zero says no. 12-2. Death by paper cuts in that round for Ghost Gaming.
The funny thing as well is that, you know, Ghost Gaming in all their rounds, they haven't really showed any level of consistency towards getting into positions where they can win a round. So, for example, taking map control to an extent where they can run a set piece execution where they've maybe gotten a pick already, or taking away map control from SK, or maybe just fast rounds where their coordination on the push is giving them a decisive advantage in the post plant because they win over the numbers game. Let's say North B executions on B, B executions on B, North B.
It's good to execute B executions on B. Some life advice.
Oh my god!
In case you weren't sure.
Yep.
You might start running into walls if you execute B on A.
Oh my god, guys!
Why is this wall here? Well.
So yeah. So my overall point here is that Ghost Gaming have not put themselves in positions where they can actually take advantages in this match, and so SK is having a really easy time. That is gorgeous though. That's pretty gorgeous.
Perhaps there is a third round in the Ghost yet.
Could be.
But Cold Zero's still alive.
It's true.
And if Cold Zero says no, it's hard to argue with him on this particular map. But Cold Zero will not say no. He'll say yes to the headshots of Seb. So it looks like we are very likely to see a third round from the likes of Ghost Gaming. Indeed, we will. 3 rounds to the 12 of SK. The pistol will rule supreme. Hey, Connor got a kill.
He did, didn't he? Not even an assist as well, so he shot to kill that.
That was a clean shot.
Yeah.
It was a clean kill. It was a crisp, clean kill.
Okay, so pistol time. What is the play?
Shoot people in the face.
Mr. SK. That is what it does come down to. I mean, that is like one thing. Like, if we lived in a world where the pistols were much weaker generally, these rounds would be much more dominated with, it'd be more about cool tactics and good use of utility and team play and so on and coordination, and less about just the raw headshots. Because I think it does. You never know which way this is going to go. If there's one guy alive, this can always be one if there's enough bullets. So SK going for drop. They drop. Connor spots it.
And here we go, the pistol kills begin. Wardell getting shot and then barbecued. A Wardell barbecue. Maybe he is a braised short rib. I don't know. Was it braised short rib? We had at Korean barbecue recently.
No.
It was something short rib.
So, was it? I don't
It
know.
was short rib.
I have no idea.
I think it was braised. I think it was braised short rib.
We didn't have any ox tongue, which I was sad about.
I'm not massive on ox tongue.
It's pretty good.
I'm not massive on it.
Are you not? Are you small on it?
I'm not huge on it.
You're small on it.
I'm not large on ox tongue.
So 13-3 SK able to convert that pistol, and Ghost Gaming going with the force buy, looking to try to get themselves something in this one, but the MAC-10s will be problematic for already carving out an opening in this defense for... I just say defense all the time, don't I? I just never say defense.
Defense.
Defense. In this defense. I think it kind of rolls off the tongue a bit better. Anyway, Rick's able to actually chime back in here with a frag, and this is going to deny SK that B entry, but they have Phelps trying to investigate towards the A site, and so far he's going to find out that it's fairly clear and that there are grenades sailing in from the balcony. So Phelps will try to take an angle onto that as his teammates start to mosey on in as they ferry the bomb onto the planting position by the cannons. Well, away from the cannons in the corner. And Wardell will rotate. Single flash for SK. Nicely set up. Snug in their post-plant positions. All cozy. Extra cozy now thanks to the flames. Cold pushed into the corner there, but it won't matter. Just Wardell left. These players being picked apart by the SK offense.
Slow death. So don't say that ever again. Ever again. Slow death for Ghost. They have been shot out of this. They have been watching through the window, getting all the warmth inside, but they're out in the cold, and they are inappropriately clothed.
You say it's slow death for Ghost, James, but if we've learned anything from Game of Thrones, it's that which is dead cannot die, right?
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think these are of the drowned god, though. I don't see any Krakens in the T side.
No Krakens. That's a shame. Fur is... Ooh, he's going to get denied. I thought he was going to start taking advantages. He loves the MAC-10 plays, but his teammates will certainly clean things up for him. It is a slow but assured death, indeed, for the Ghost Gaming CT side.
Death and taxes. Well then, it's buy time for Ghost. Let's see if they can eke anything out of this. It was a promising train, but all promises have been broken on cobblestone.
Was that it? Is that what you had to add? Is that everything you had to say?
I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was a nice sentence, and I wanted to leave it there. I wanted to let it linger in its beauty, in its poetry. And just let you talk. I have asthma, I have excuses.
Wow.
I can just sit here.
Wow.
You should talk, Dan. You're a fit, healthy human being.
Sometimes. Well, it's looking like Ghost Gaming are about to expire unless they can deal with SK's onslaught here on the A-long area. They can set up a nice set piece into that A-bomb site. There is a lurker and Fur as he hangs around the drop zone, and this is what we're talking about, right? So SK, they're making it look like they're going A. They're pressuring A. They're trying to deal with any setups that are forward that Ghost Gaming might have. Then they back away because they've created that pressure. And then what does that do? It forces not only Ghost Gaming to fall back, but also to expend utility to actually identify whether SK are committing there or not. And these are things that Ghost was not doing on their T side. And now you can see that SK are moving towards B. Ghost Gaming did go for an information play towards A, so they have actually identified that this is likely to be a B round, so that's good from them, but they have to go for the defense. They have to rather execute a good defense, and Dallas is in a good position. His position ultimately unchecked. He gets a double, and Ricks with a position we saw Taco do work from previously, and the round lo and behold, is going to be in the hands of Ghost Gaming.
They were very well prepared. They had that information pop flash towards long A, and then they put 4 people in the B bomb site. It was a good job by Ghost Gaming, and they get their 4th round on the board. But there's another buy for SK Gaming, so let's see where it leads them. Initial map control being taken, sending 2 people outside outside A, and there are 2 people for the CT side. Wardell with support from a teammate. The noise stops for SK towards the A site, but the pop flash is there. They'll hear the movement now, and that will draw the CTs back. But maybe the CTs will have to be quiet. That Molotov may tell the Ts that the CTs are out of position somewhat. You see Fallen just holding the angle towards long A, while Phelps holds the angle towards connector in case there is a rotation, assuming that they've been heard, that their grenades have been heard.
This is so good from Phelps. There's no way they check this. Oh, wow, Connor's looking for it. Damn, that is a really good presence of mind displayed there by Connor, to be honest. Maybe they had a sound cue, they must have heard something, they must have had some reason to suspect there could be something fishy going on there. And Fallen, meanwhile, has made his way around to A long. And SK Gaming, after pressuring towards B, are moving towards A. But the thing here is that there's actually a player fairly deep enough on the B plateau that they could learn about this before it hits the A site. You can see Dallas is really forward there. They should surely be rotating players towards A. They have to. There's 35 seconds left. There's nothing towards B yet. Connor's going to get wrecked. And here comes the push.
Yeah, despite Dallas' forward position, the CTs are out of position with regards to the A site, and Wardell is out of luck receiving that headshot, but Seb with a nice burst. Can he take one to Taco as well? They're both juking and jiving, but it will be Taco to get that kill. 2 on 2. Rick's behind the smoke, but Dallas is on the flank. He's coming in from the back, and he may just take down Fur. And Fur may have to be a key player because Taco's in the red. He's at 13 HP. Fur, though, looking for that flank and delivering on the kill. Rick's now trying to even things up, but he just looks the wrong way at the wrong time. 16-4, SK enact sweet revenge.